Hello and welcome to Light Waves by todderbert. In front of us we have the ThruNite LYNX. This is a 21700 powered, high output, dual tail switch, everyday carry tactical flashlight. This retails on Amazon for $59.95, though mine had a coupon bringing the price down to $52.75. Not a bad deal for what this has to offer. Let's check out the box. ThruNite guiding you through the night. Pretty basic setup here. Looks like it comes in cool white or neutral white. I got the cool white version. And there we got an image of it. Took everything out of the box. Let's see what we get. Put that aside. In the box, we get the star of the show, the LYNX. Looking good. Right away, I like the feel. The grip is really nice. It's got a covered USB port, which is nice. It's got aluminum guard over it. Yeah, that's handy. And our dual tail switch design. Nice clip there, yeah. Definitely got purpose with this one. Rocking. So let's go ahead and show what else we get. So along with the flashlight, they supply a holster, which I like when they do that. ThruNite, there you go, basic one. Pretty simple, got a little hook there. Okay. We also get a charging cable, simple USB to USB-C. Now this flashlight also acts as a power bank, so you might want to find yourself a cable like this, so you can charge things with like your phone or additional devices in an emergency. It's not bad to have along with your flashlight. I wish you'd include that with the flashlight, but they don't. Here we have a little extra package of stuff. We got a carry lanyard with ThruNite branded on there and a couple extra O-rings. Nice. Toss that there. And of course we have some directions and manual. Here we go, ThruNite. And they got the illustration there with English portion. There's their contact info if you need to contact them. So I don't know if I get this all on frame. Probably not. So let's kind of pan it across here. So as you can see in the general modes, we got turbo, high, medium, low, FireFly. And we have a strobe mode as well. Some technical parameters there, which I'll cover. I'll cover all that, but I'll just kind of zoom it down a little bit. Get it all in the frame. There you go. It's got some nice throw. 417 meters. Gotta love that. It's got a battery status LED. It just goes by voltage here. So it's flashing red. It's 2.8 to 3 volts. That's a bad news. You get into red, you definitely want to charge. It says 3 to 3.2. And orange is 3.2 to 3.5. And you can see green is 3.5 to 4.2 volts. Alright, cool. They're showing a little directions here. And I'll flip this over. There you go. And an operation. It's a very basic setup. Go real quick over that. In case I missed something, here you go, right? Or you lose your manual, then you got this. Okay, the memory function, yep, has a mode memory. Okay, great. So, done with that, let's go ahead and get to the flashlight. I'm zoom it on down. Get up close and personal. Okay, so dimensions. We have 5 3/4 inches in length, or 146 millimeters. We have a head diameter of 1 1/16 of an inch, or 27 millimeters. Then we have a tail diameter of 1 inch, 25 millimeters. Nice. Let's do a size comparison. I like to compare other items on my bench. Let me just bring this up. It's got a longer flashlight there. Alright, so I like a ThruNite Saber. This is a single AA powered flashlight, tail switch operated. I like this flashlight. They've been on sale for like $9.99 for quite a while. They even include a 14500 cell with the flashlight. So if you're looking for a bargain, carry on with you. Nice. I also have a 18650 flat top. I have a 21700 flat top. Now we'll get to the battery this uses. This uses one of their ThruNite proprietary ones. It is replaceable, but it's like similar to Olight where they have the positive and negative terminals on the battery on the top there. So it's unfortunate you can't just throw a flat top in there and use it. You have to use their battery. So this Molly cell to stay put. And we'll let it roll. Okay, then what else do we have? A ThruNite. Here's an 18650. This is our TC15 version 3. Side switch operated, no tail. There you go, just for size sake. Yeah, you can see that's a beast. Awesome. And then for competition, there's some competition out there in the marketplace. There's actually a really good one. It does almost everything the same. And that's the Sofirn SK30. If you've been looking at both, these are very comparable. Wow. So if we put them side by side, I think the ThruNite's a little bit longer. Yeah, the ThruNite's longer, but see what the ThruNite did is they went with a tail guard section, which is really nice, where you can tail stand this flashlight. You can't with the So Firm because the button sticks past the tail guard, unfortunately. That's the one downside of this flashlight, which this is a big deal here, having a tail guard. But this lets me tail stand the ThruNite. Can't do it with this. Some people like that. Another one is the charge jack. This one here has your standard rubber jacketed one. This one here has the aluminum threaded guard over the jack, which I'm going to show you in a second. But kind of cool. We'll bring them back out together. Just kind of do little beams. I think they're similar beam pattern. You can check out this video too if you want to see the flashlight in action as well. So there you are, the SK30. Okay, cool. So let's go ahead and talk about the ThruNite real quick. Go over features, and then we'll demo this light. So on the front, we do have a mild crenulated bezel there. Yeah, pretty non-aggressive. We have a tempered glass lens with anti-reflective coatings. Kind of see it's got a purplish hue to it. Looking down there, we have our smooth reflector. Nice. Provides a nice throw and some great spill, which you'll get to see in the video outdoors I took in a moment. The LED they're using is a luminous SFT70 in cool white with a color temperature of 6500 and a color rendering index of 70. So your typical cool white LED. But it's great for throw. Amazing. You want to get distance, you got it with this flashlight. So the body is made of your typical 6061 T6 aluminum alloy and has a Type 3 hard anodized finish. Looks really good. They did a good job with this knurling pattern. I really like that. So moving on down here, you can see I'm looking for my charge. There it is, charged light. There's your battery status. So if I press this, it's going to light it green, saying we're good because I just charged it up. See, let's, yeah, there you go. You get the idea, right? Our charge port is underneath this threaded area right here. So it shows which way. So to tighten it to the right, loosen it to the left. So we're going to loosen it. Now it's pretty tight. You might want to make sure you add some silicone grease to the O-ring. But as you can see there's the O-ring there. So you get nice water tightness of IPX8. Nice. So we're going to bring this on down, find our port. There it is. Now you got to make sure it's all the way down before you can plug in anything. So, but there you go. You got to make sure that it's threaded all the way down. There's our USB-C jack, solid in there. It's nice. So I noticed when I was charging this light, it charges the battery fast at 2.4 amps. I observed. I was using a 5 volt, 3 amp Qualcomm charger, and yeah, it charges super fast. So you don't have to wait long, and the battery can handle it. So that's a good thing. All modes are available too. So while you're charging the flashlight, you have access to FireFly, low, medium, high, and turbo. So that's amazing. And strobe. So you have all your modes available. Now the power bank function, I guess I'll show you real quick. You just plug in your cable here. I got this aftermarket one. I think it might have came out of a power bank or something. I forgot where this came out of. I think it came from a power bank. But it's USB-C to USB-C. We'll take our ThruNite right here. TC15 version 3. We'll plug it in real quick just to show you the power bank function. That does work. So it should light up red that it's charging. Yep. So we are charging the bigger flashlight to the smaller flashlight. I don't think you'd ever do it this way, but mainly for your phone in emergency. I think it's showing that it's active with the green light there that we're using the power bank function, even though lights are on. So there you go. You know you're charging. All right, cool. All right, so you get the idea, all right? That's awesome. Unplug that. And we'll slip this back up here. Now it has a drop resistance of 1.5 meters. So yeah, that's actually pretty good for a big flashlight like this. And now we get to the tail where we have dual tail tactical switches. So let's go ahead. This thing is really tight here. At the top. Okay, there we are. Get your water tightness. Okay. Yeah, we'll talk about these switches here in a second. There's your belt clip. Good. You can't really reverse it, but on a flashlight this big, you're not going to be reversing it. Fits in the hand real nice, though. Okay, our tail. So it's guarded. It's got 2 lanyard hook points. You can tail stand it. This table is a little off even, but it will tail stand. Ta-da! Okay, and there's our switches. So we have a main switch, which is a forward clicky style. So if you have a momentary, silent. So it remembers last mode. So this doesn't have a tactical group, which I wish it had, and I'll get into my dislikes and wants at the end of the video. But as you can see there, it's got momentary wherever you set it at. Now that's actually, I like this. It's kind of like more of a camping style, so you could have Momentary low, Momentary FireFly even, or of course Momentary turbo. But I do like that, and it's silent. Now, of course, once you find your setting you like, you can lock it in. So we'll lock it in. And then to change the modes, you just tap the secondary switch or auxiliary switch, which is your strobe function, and you can cycle the modes. So we're going to cycle the modes just by tapping this button here. So we're down to FireFly, low, medium, high, turbo. And then we turn off the light. Of course, it remembers turbo. So now we have momentary turbo if we want momentary. So if you can handle flashing lights, look away. So the strobe function, all the lights off, so you have tactical ability. Go right to strobe. So it's a momentary. So it goes high frequency, then low frequency. And then once you let go, it goes off. So when the flashlight's off, it's just momentary only. It doesn't stay on. Okay, once you click the flashlight on, if you press and hold the strobe for a certain amount of time, I think about a few seconds, it'll stay locked on strobe when you release it. So I'm released, and it's working. So there you go. That's simple to operate. Okay, great. So yeah, whoa, that gets warm quick. We're rocking and rolling there. Definitely. So, okay, let's set this down here, and we'll start seeing some pictures and flashlight in action. There you go, links. Awesome. All right, so yeah, let's head to the garage where I take pictures of the flashlight in action. So here I am in the garage, 15 feet away from the garage door, lights on turbo. We have an output of 3100 lumens. Expected runtime of around 1 minute before it throttles down to 1200 lumens. It runs the remainder of that big battery down to 2.25 hours. And a total throw of 417 meters. Now the flashlight's on high. This is 1250 lumens. Expected runtime of 2.5 hours. Now the flashlight's on medium, nice step mode, 250 lumens. Expected runtime of 10 hours. Now we're on low, 35 lumens. Expect a runtime of 69 hours. Low gets a lot done. Be a mode you use quite often. Their last picture is FireFly. This is 1 lumen. Expect a total runtime of 22 days. That's what they advertise. Absolutely amazing. And the ability that I picked this up in the garage, 15 feet away. Not bad. So let's head outside where I took a video of this flashlight in action. Then we'll go back to the bench and do a benchtop demo and then show you the battery. All right, let's go check that out. Okay, I'm outside with the ThruNite LYNX. Going to turbo, 3100 lumens with a throw of 417 meters. Archway is 30 feet, tree behind it is 50 feet, tree to the left there is 40 feet, downrange, tree in the middle there is 100 feet, and then going further, between the 100-foot tree and the 50-foot tree, we have a gazebo, a metal gazebo, and then 2 pine trees next to it. You can see it's providing quite the throw and tons of spill. Stop sign down there is 100 meters as well. Still shooting down to 100 meters. Nice. It's getting warm in the hand. There's our trees. 100-foot tree. Gazebo. Stop sign, and then we'll bring it back down. We can start in the throttle. Alright. Yeah, it's pretty cool. I'm very impressed with that. Very similar to the Sofern SK30. The difference is being the SK30 also cost more than the LYNX at the time of this video. It was around $61. So yeah, let's go ahead and to show you the battery real quick. Forgot to do that. So we'll open this up. Uses a 5,000 milliamp hour. Like I said, it's proprietary. Okay, it's got a positive negative terminal on the front with an isolator ring. It does have the ability to be charged independently, so it does have a USB-C connection there. You can charge the battery directly if you want. It's nice if you have an extra one and you want to have it ready to go. You could have this separately being charged. You don't have to use a flashlight. So something to think about. I don't know if you want to read the writing there, but I believe this usually is protected. Yes, integrated overcharge and discharge protection. Nice. So that's good. So if it ever gets shorted, it won't have a problem. Okay, and then of course wall thickness. As you can see, it's got like dual terminals down there, so you really can't throw a flat top in there and expect it to work. So yeah, It's got to have both in the front there, I believe, the way it's set up. I wouldn't want to short anything out by throwing a different kind of battery in there. As you can see, it's got dual contacts there. Okay, so we'll drop that back in. We'll do a quick demo and then do final thoughts on the flashlight. So let's go ahead and thread this in. Now I'm going to bring the SK30 out just for beam pattern. I think they're identical, but just to get an idea. Like I say, this is the value champ as well. Also, I do want to note that the SK30 Sofern, it does use standard 21700 flat tops. So that is a thing to think about. Some people, that's what they want. So bring it in, we'll turn them on. I think I have them on medium setting. Kind of similar brightness. Turn them on there. Keep drop the lights. Okay, going to the bench here. So left hand is Sofern, right hand is the ThruNite. Now in person, the Sofern is definitely more bluish white versus the ThruNite. The ThruNite has more of a, I would say more of a neutral white, even though it's supposed to be cool white. There you go. I don't know if the camera's picking that up, but it's ever so slight. And you can see both have a decent amount of spill, but I think the ThruNite, yeah, ThruNite has a bit more spill. Yeah, I like that. Nice defined spot. There's Sofern. Kind of got a ringed edge to it. The ThruNite has better optics, I think, because it doesn't have quite that ring going on yet. It's not as pronounced as Sofern. There you go. Cool. So I'm liking the beam pattern on the ThruNite better. All right, cool. So let's go ahead and turn that off. I'm going to set the ceiling. Go through the modes real quick. Let's see what we got. So right now we are on medium. There's high. There's turbo. Of course, turbo's going to light everything up in the whole room. Down to FireFly. Yeah. That one lumen looks good. Yeah, I like that. I'll go through the modes on the table. I can't go directly on it, otherwise I might blast the lens here. There you go. And then for RFI test, since I'm a radio channel, I always bring out the radio, turn it on.
We have a solution. It doesn't matter if you're sitting in your car, at work, or with your kids. No matter where you are, call now. 800-575-6759. Pounce wins home. TLA can eliminate or reduce what you owe to the IRS. Generous programs are now available that can give you a fresh start. Our passion is taxes and helping individuals fix their IRS problems. We have over 1,000 5-star reviews on Google and an A+ with the Better Business Bureau. You don't need to be afraid of the IRS any longer. End your tax nightmare today by visiting us online at
Okay, so you get the idea. It's very minimal with the FireFly, and most of the other modes you hardly hear any. So definitely a great flashlight for tuning a radio, especially on FireFly. That's awesome. It's good when you have no power and you want to tune your radio, want to see what's going on around the room. You can just put it on FireFly mode. Let's get to FireFly, and then use it in the dark when your eyes adjust. You'll be able to read and see everything. And it's got some adequate spill too. My eyes already adjusted for the low light, and I can see the radio with just the spill. The camera's not really picking that up, but cool. Let's turn the lights back on. Do final thoughts on the flashlight. All right. Turn that off, and yeah. Turn this light back on. All right. Okay, we'll zoom it back on and down. So likes, what I like about this flashlight beam pattern, I mentioned that. Fantastic. Really stands out as being awesome. Just, you saw that. Saw the differences. Let me get Iron Man back in here. Iron Man. It helps my color balance in my camera. And nice. So also, what do I like about this? High capacity battery. Awesome. I mean, it comes with the one. Fantastic. Good to have. I do like the ability that it has a power bank feature. Not a lot of flashlights have that. And I think if you have a 21700 powered flashlight, if it has the ability to do it, add it. It really can save you. Especially if you, again, power out situation. This is definitely like a survival light because you can use it to charge your phone. Just a little bit to get a text out in an emergency. So something to think about. The throws, like I said, the throw with that beam pattern is amazing. Power status LED. I mean, I like them on all flashlights, but it having it, okay. It's one thing I got to comment that I like. I like the usable step modes. 250 lumens on medium and low being 35 lumens. And then, of course, FireFly at 1 lumen. Very nice. Now, I know the Sofern doesn't have that low of a setting. I think it's like 15 is their lowest on this one. I like the 1 lumen deal. That's really nice. So I'm liking that a lot. What else do I like about this? The grip. The grip really is good. It feels mildly aggressive, but not bad. And it feels comfortable in a hand without a glove. So I think if you're wearing a glove or not, you're going to like the way this feels. So that's nice. And low RFI for us radio guys. Awesome. Guarded tail. Now I can't stress how cool that is to have. Right there. That is nice. You don't have to worry about quarter turning this or it accidentally turning on in your pocket. This is really helping to not have that happen. Look, I'm pushing hard and nothing's happening. Even the pad of my fingers going into there takes quite a bit. So yeah. And a tail stands. If I can get it right on this table. Ta-da. That's a big deal. Just like some wants, I wish it had a tactical group. You know what? A tactical group would be nice. And what that means is when you turn the flashlight on here, it's always turbo. Always. So Fern does have a advantage there, though I don't know if that's the great advantage. This one here has it where if you tap it once, you have your whatever mode memory, it will save that, similar to this. But also if you double tap from off, automatically goes to turbo. So it always remembers turbo, but you can't do like fast action with the Momentary on a single mode. It goes right to turbo, unfortunately. So I would like to see an outdoor group on the LYNX. A tactical group on the LYNX. So when you press this, it's always turbo. And then if you cycle the modes, it's usually medium, turbo, like 2 modes. And then you have your strobe. That's what I would like to see if they could add it. I mean, it's not a big deal to add that to a UI typically. So that would make it a sweet flashlight if it had that. And of course, if it could use normal flat top batteries. Now, I don't know how Fern does it, but I'm sure ThruNite can figure it out. So ThruNite, if you're watching this, it'd be cool if you could do that because a lot of people like using standard batteries. They just do. So it's one of those things. But it might be because you have a power bank function, I'm guessing. This is just a guess. So overall, my opinion is it's a great everyday carry tactical flashlight with high capacity. The price is competitive compared to similar models. I give it a thumbs up all the way. If this is something you're looking at to buy, it's a no-brainer. I would actually buy this over the Fern just because I like the way it runs. I just like the way it's set up. It's just my kind of light. It's what I would want in this type of format. So I hope you enjoyed the video. Give me a like if you did. 2, if you want to see more, and subscribe at the bell icon. Get notified of more from ThruNite. Love it. It's a good flashlight company. I'm reviewing them ever since I started flashlight reviews. And of course, 3, comment down below what you think about the LYNX. Is it for you? Are you excited about the style, the design? Do you have the Fern light that I just showed you? Give me some ideas. Is there another 21700 powered dual tail tactical that you like? I know there's Claris out there. It has a few good ones. Let me know what your thoughts are and what you like. All right, thanks guys. And we'll see you in my next awesome video.